If you have come across ads for the Solyball Cooling Ace, the promises probably caught your attention right away. The claims are big: a pocket-sized device that replaces a full-size air conditioner, drops the temperature of an entire room in minutes, slashes your electricity bill, runs almost silently, and delivers ice-cold air wherever you happen to be. Promises this bold deserve a closer look before anyone reaches for their wallet. The first thing that falls apart under scrutiny is the noise rating. The listing advertises a sound level of just 20 decibels, which is close to the threshold of human hearing and quieter than most whispered conversations. That is an extraordinarily specific number for a budget gadget, and it is not backed by any independent acoustic testing. Inexpensive cooling devices in this price range almost never publish verified sound measurements, because doing so would require lab equipment the sellers simply do not use. Next comes the review section, and it raises its own concerns. Every testimonial on the page lives exclusively on the seller's own website. There are no links to outside platforms like Trustpilot or Amazon, no order confirmation numbers, and no independent way to verify that any of these reviewers actually purchased and used the product. Reviews that exist only where the seller controls the content cannot be checked against anything real. Then there is the branding itself, which turns out to be recycled. The same product photography, the same wording, and the same sales pitch show up across multiple listings under different names. The website selling the Solyball Cooling Ace even promotes a nearly identical item called the Out Fanny Cooling Ace, right alongside it. This pattern is typical of generic dropshipping stock that gets relabeled and relaunched under a fresh name whenever the previous one stops converting. The marketing also leans heavily on an authority that cannot be verified. The sales copy credits the design to unnamed Silicon Valley engineers behind what it calls a revolutionary cooling breakthrough. No individual is named, no patent filing is referenced, no company history is provided, and no independent media outlet has ever covered this supposed innovation. Shoppers are simply asked to accept the claim on faith. On top of that, the page is missing the technical details that would actually let a buyer judge the product. There is no BTU rating, no cooling capacity figure, no airflow measurement, and no third-party lab verification anywhere on the site. Instead of specifications, the copy relies on vague, upbeat language like powerful and instant to do the persuading. The biggest problem, though, is basic physics. A real air conditioner removes heat from a room using a complete refrigeration cycle, with a compressor, a condenser, an evaporator coil, and refrigerant working together. That process demands real electrical power, because moving heat out of a space always costs energy, no matter how the marketing is worded. A small USB-powered device, roughly the size of a coffee mug, simply does not have the capacity to pull off what a full-sized AC unit does. What a device like this is actually built to do is evaporative cooling. Air gets pulled across a water-soaked pad and comes out slightly cooler and more humid, which creates a mild breeze directly in front of the unit. That is a completely different mechanism from air conditioning, and it does not lower the temperature of a room. It also tends to perform worse in humid climates, which is the opposite of what most buyers are hoping for. Putting it all together, the Solyball Cooling Ace displays a familiar combination of warning signs: performance claims that ignore basic thermodynamics, no published specifications, recycled branding shared across multiple product names, testimonials that can't be checked, and vague claims of expert design with nothing to back them up. Anyone expecting this device to function as a real air conditioner replacement is likely to be disappointed the moment it's plugged in. At best, it offers the same mild, close-range breeze you'd get from any small evaporative fan, just with a much bigger marketing budget behind it.